I'm just trying to have a conversation with you. Is it not okay for me to step to the car? Okay, okay, so is this a comfortable distance for you?
Am I correct, officer? I'm just making sure I'm being ignored. Go ahead, bro.
He's gonna line him up way down here.
What's going on, guys? Disorderly Product News here. It's my honor to introduce you to a channel called Liberty Bird. Get on the bandwagon now, because there might not be enough room in a couple of weeks. This man is a very, very talented man. Now listen to me. People have offered me money for me to show their videos on my channel. But I would never cheapen Disorderly Product News, because then I'll end up with a whole bunch of videos of guys arguing Roe versus Wade, and think they're talking about Terry versus Ohio, and just a bunch of nonsense. And I want this Disorderly Product News to stay a strong brand. So if you have good content, send it on over to Constitutional Kevlar, and I'll help you, because people helped me. San Joaquin Valley, namely, Johnny 5-0 High Impact Vlogs. The list goes on. Anyways, Liberty Bird has a lot of talent. In fact, listen to his opening of a story he just did, in which he visited the Center for Disease Control, and he saw a convoy of trucks obviously bringing in some kind of quarantine material. If ever the CDC was going to be buzzing with activity, it's going to be now. But let's listen and watch the opening. Very entertaining.
2 uniformed military soldiers observe pinch point on a major highway on my route home. I take notice that they're looking directly at this pinch point. I know. Right now, all of you are thinking, Bird, you're paranoid. Well, before the accusations start flying, how about you watch this Connex quarantine convoy that we pass just mere moments afterwards.
The link for that video will be in the description. So let's watch the video we're about to get to. Subscribe to Liberty Bird and tell him Disorderly Product News sent you.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
You guys trying to entrap people speeding on private property? It's kind of what it looks like. You know that's against the law, right? Breaking the law to enforce it. I think that's exactly what they're doing, Joe. They got the radar out.
Oh, you saw Rick got a radio?
Yeah. Shall we get a closer look and ask him? Let's get an interview, ladies and gentlemen. They can't solicit a trespass on their own, sir, so I don't believe anyone's here. Gentlemen, can you tell me why you guys are radaring people coming down the hill here on private property? Am I not in a good mood? I'm not dangerous. I'm just trying to have a conversation with you. Is it not okay for me to step to the car? Okay, okay, so is this a comfortable distance for you? Excellent, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So can you gentlemen tell me anything about what's been going on this week while Chuck Bronson's been gone? I heard that there was some pretty fatal stuff that happened. I know you guys are all like the blue line and, you know, like to stick together on stuff.
I got a question, officer. Is it your policy to hide your car and use a radar gun? Don't you have to be in plain sight?
Well, they're not allowed to do it on private property. That I know for sure.
Certainly not on private property.
Definitely
right?
not on private property.
Am I correct, officer?
Are you guys okay with?
No, he didn't answer my question yet. Am I correct, officer? I'm just making sure I'm being ignored. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No worries. The Fifth Amendment, right? Can I get your ID and badge number real quick before you leave? Oh, here we go.
There. Oh,
there we go.
Damn, they flying.
Come on, Joe. Come on, Joe. They're getting him. Come on, Joe.
Oh. Sorry.
He's gonna line him up way down here. Yep, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. I'm running. You see these blocks? The bird's got a 50-pound flak jacket on right now. Breathing a little hard. Try to steal my camera here for you. Chase him down on foot, son. Yeah. Sorry, this is in my frame. Set this tripod leg real quick. Bam. She should hold steady for you guys. So, man. Does that say police back there or Trump 2020? Can't read your sticker.
So there you go, guys. You can't tell me that wasn't entertaining. Now, it is commonly known or believed that police officers hiding is entrapment. Well, that's not true. Entrapment is a police officer enticing you to do a crime, introducing you to a crime in which you probably would not have done or would not have done, unless that officer enticed you into doing it, thus creating the crime itself and then arresting you. Them hiding is not making you speed, but that can be considered as a speed trap. Now, on private property, they very well may have the owner's consent to be on private property. And every jurisdiction is different. Even throughout states, I've seen it, and I've seen it actually more in police policies and procedures that they cannot hide. It's usually written that they cannot conceal themselves for the purpose of using radar to give tickets or for the purpose to give tickets. So they can't intentionally hide themselves to give tickets. But every state is different. Furthermore, every jurisdiction is different. But it would be commonly known as a speed trap. Now, I looked up and down on trying to find Indiana state law when it comes to concealing themselves. Police officers concealing themselves for the sole purpose to give tickets or run radar. I looked on Justia, which is a great website for law, and NOLO, which is another great website for law. But it's funny this came up because I actually just read this in some departments' policies and procedures, and it was actually in their policies and procedures that said they could not do it. So every state is different, and for situations like this, I want to say it can be different from jurisdiction to jurisdiction, meaning one town it could be possible and the next town not. Similar to when officers have to ID, it's usually governed by their policy. Now, there are federal guidelines in which they believe police departments should follow, but they're mere suggestions. Every department is different. So, leave a comment below. Tell me what you guys think. what you know. Did you get a ticket for a speed trap in which a officer was hiding for the sole purpose of trying to disguise himself to run radar on you? Did you get a ticket in which they were on private property without permission and you beat it in court? Leave it in the comments below. But if you do nothing else, subscribe to my man Liberty Bird and tell him Disorderly Product News sent you. Good night.